The 2021 Radio Free 102.3 KJLH Proven Achievers honors African American women who are making a difference in our community.
My earliest influences were really my grandparents, Eula and Louis Sullivan. They raised me in South Central Los Angeles on a fixed income. And I never really knew we were on a fixed income because they did such a great job. And they were just regular, everyday, hardworking people, but they were, champions in their community. They gave back. I've watched them, volunteer at food giveaways and at church, and voting was not even an option if you lived in our house. They ran the voting polls, and it was just so inspiring to me to see them, be able to make major changes in our community. So those were really some of my earliest influences.
My earliest influences are my parents, predominantly because they set the tone for essentially what would become my life. My parents bravely migrated to America from Jamaica in search of a life with more opportunities. They wanted from the very beginning to instill hard work and determination. For me and my siblings, it's like we were constantly reminded of these fundamentals throughout our entire lives. We were encouraged to never quit, never give up, never compromise our integrity, and never settle for the easy way out. My parents definitely set what was a template for my life.
My earliest influences would be my parents. They raised us. They were very young, raising my siblings and me. And we watched them struggle. They were finishing college. They were working full-time jobs. And they really taught us lessons and values. And the values that they taught us were really about education, hard work, and helping others. And that really shaped who I wanted to be and who I think I became. So definitely my parents.
Man, my earliest influences are my father, Billy Joe Bowen, who is 86 years old, in great health, still golfing and fishing, lives in Washington, D.C. And my mother, Ora Christine Bowen, who passed in 2012 at the age of 80. She hadn't been sick. She just had a heart attack and died right away. But those are my two earliest influences in my life. They were highly influential, and they still are.
I'm a third generation Native Angelino, and so I am proud of the group of strong Black women who nurtured me, supported me, served as mentors. Women that worked with my mother in public service, who worked for LA County Department of Public Social Services and probation. When I think about my first real job out of undergrad and my Coral Foundation Fellowship, working for then State Senator Diane Watson, someone who I had read about in my public policy and my California history textbooks, who gave me an opportunity to work as a 22-year-old field deputy in her district office at the then Great Western Bank building right on the corner of Crenshaw and Vernon. Her leadership, her grace, her conviction, to hear her stand on the Senate floor and defend women's reproductive health rights, to defend CalWorks, to talk with such passion and conviction about low-income working mothers and their children, really always gave me a sense of confidence when I had the privilege of serving in the same seat that she represented for so many years, to stand up on that floor as the only Black woman in the state Senate, to speak truth to power. And so there's so many women who I look to, not only in my own immediate life, but throughout history, to think about the Shirley Chisholms and the names of women who we may not know. Right here behind me in my own dining room is a portrait of Rosa Parks, women who led movements, who affected substantive policy change and social justice in our country. And for so many have gone as unsung heroes, but made a difference in my life and my ability to run for public office and hold the elected positions that I have.